What's going on, everybody? How you doing? Kind of catching you by surprise right now because I know some of you did not expect the show at all. Let me cut this down just a little bit, let me see here. Testing. All right, there you go. Can you still hear me, everybody? Anyway, welcome to Double Toasted Q&A with Corey. How you doing, everybody? I'm Corey. And we didn't do a show tonight. Well, we're doing a show right now, but we didn't do the show we expected. We did not do What Up Son tonight. Oz was not feeling too well, and we're going to do a makeup show hopefully on Thursday. That's the plan right now. But since I had this time, I decided to come in and answer your questions. It's always fun to do. And I'm not going to be here very long. This is actually a good thing that Oz did not want to do a show tonight because I got a lot of stuff to prepare for. I got the roast to prepare for, a couple of movies tomorrow. I got to watch One Piece, that live action anime that's on Netflix. I have not started watching that yet. I got to watch at least a couple of episodes tonight. So a lot of stuff for me to do, and I should be jumping on that right now. Even got to do some, as I call it, administrative stuff. But we'll get to that in a little bit. Let me go ahead right now and say hello to the chat fam starting the OG chat and no side bitches. How you doing, Mr. Yaz, man? Yeah, that's a meme Mr. Yasman did in reference to yesterday's show. Kind of an awkward moment. We have those around here, usually because of me, but I had nothing to do with this particular time. So anyway, who we got up here tonight? We got Griffin X, Chris liking that retro. Hector, how you doing? As Oz would say if he was here, Hector Rhymes, how you doing? Dino Dude is here. Heath Invader and Lao Fan. And Jacques LeBlanc is up in here. How's everybody doing this evening? A little late for me. Well, that's not true. I'm always starting shows late. On the night that we do the roast, this is a regular time for us to start. So glad to have you here late with me, though. I know some of you got to get up and do things in the morning. You're still hanging up here with my crazy ass. Let me go over to, let's see here. Let me go over to our YouTube channel and let me make sure that we are indeed streaming over there. Thanks to everyone who was enjoying our, what did we do? A retro review for Scary Movie. We did a retro review for Scary Movie 1. We did that yesterday on the Sunday service. And we did that because they have a new Scary Movie coming out. They just had the trailer come out. So we decided to do that. And people seem to be enjoying themselves with that. And we are indeed on. Yeah, I see that right now. Yes, we are. And you know what? People are already coming in. Because you know what? This is really for the tubers out there. So if you don't know anything about the Q&A shows that we do, just a little something that we started doing when we figured out a way to stream for the YouTubers, because we do a lot of stuff that cannot be streamed on YouTube because of copyright issues. But a Q&A we can do. And we started doing that on the Sunday service, I think, and then it just kind of took off. And the way that we do it is that we give priority to the people who do super chats, the people that donate to actually have their comments read, their questions answered. Not that I was trying to do that in the first place, but people were doing it, and if people put money down, you can't ignore them, and they're going to do it. So I see we have some people in the YouTubes right now. We got, what is this? So Dynamikes. Oh, I like that. Dynamikes. What's going on? We got C Mustard up in here. I love mustard, man. I know a couple of people who don't like mustard. I cannot imagine a world where people don't like mustard, man. I don't know why. Let me see here. We got, oh, this is going fast. What is this? Fanometer. Shylar. Oh. And and we got my son who says he's coming over. Real Cobra Star, a.k.a. Julian Green, a.k.a. my son. So he's coming over because he can't figure out Resident Evil, and he wants me to help him out with it. I've gotten pretty far in the game. I'll probably do a playthrough soon with everyone. If I wasn't doing anything tonight, if I didn't have so much to do, I would actually do that tonight with you. But I don't have time to do that this evening. But I will probably do one soon. And I'll go back and do some of the stuff that I've already done. Just redo it again. Because I'm actually pretty far in the game. I've been playing when I cannot stream. So let me see here. I'll tell you what, people already come in and giving their super chats. This is the Q&A show. Let's get to Q&Aing. And let me see. Let me just put it on the proper chat. And I see we got questions right now. Oh, and we can actually show the other chat. There was a time we could not show the other chat because of some, if you ask me, just my opinion, stupid rule over at Twitch that said you couldn't show another platforms or another channel's app. But hey, there you go. We got it right here. So we got what is this? Lawrence Perry. Wait, what is that? Stop. Girl. You always chewing on things. I'm sorry, y'all. This dog is down here chewing. She's always finding something to chew on. Come here. Get over here. Come here. How do these things get on the floor anyway, man? I think the cat gets up here and knocks my stuff off. I'm gonna have to start locking the door in here. Sit down. This dog is always chewing on something. Sit down. Sit your ass down. I hardly ever get mad at this dog, but I'm mad at her right now. Hold on. Let's see here. Where are we? Lawrence Perry. Y'all know that Crazy Perry is making Why Did I Get Married 3, going straight to Netflix. Yeah, people, we have been doing a little marathon of Tyler Perry movies, and we just did Why Did I Get Married and Why Did I Get Married 2. And those roasts are hilarious, man. At least that's what people are saying. That's why we did Why Did I Get Married 2, because everybody loved that first roast that we did, that we just struck while it was hot, and we did Why Did I Get Married 2. If you haven't seen the roast for it, it's up on our channel, and it is a Tyler Perry masterpiece, if you ask me. This is where you have the origin of insane Tyler Perry. This is where you could trace him losing his damn mind. Like before, he was just kind of corny, or just kind of things were just very cliched, or maybe slightly exaggerated, over dramatic. But this movie is where he lost his fucking mind, man. The second half of this movie is crazy. You can actually pinpoint it. The movie's 2 hours long. Right at the second hour mark, that movie goes insane. And you should watch the roast, just because take it as not just a roast, take it as sort of an examination or a study of the mind of Tyler Perry. You know, it's almost like we go in and we're doing a journey in the brain of Tyler Perry. So check that out, man, if you can. Let's see what else we got over here. Let's see what else we got. All right. We have, look at this. Ben Dez just gave $2 just to be nice. We appreciate the support. Thank you. Oh, what is this? Ye Old Seesaw, whatever. I think I can't see the whole name right there, but gave $5 there. Could you do a review of Zack Snyder's Al Knight's movie, Guardians of Ga'Hoole? It's a basic story, poorly adapted from a book series, but good animation. Hey, man, you know what? I know I'm always talking about Zack Snyder. I know people think I'm a Snyder hater, but the Owls of Ga'Hoole, I remember seeing this, man, and I loved it. Let me see. The Owls of Ga'Hoole. Yeah, I never read the book, but I remember seeing this when it was in the theater, and I thought, first of all, I was impressed that Zack Snyder did it. This is when I thought Zack Snyder was going to be more of a versatile director. And I like this, man. But again, I never read the book, but I enjoyed the hell out of the movie. Now, maybe I read the book, it'd be different, but yeah, the animation that is great. I thought the story was all right, but I had nothing to compare it to. And like I said, man, this is where I thought Zack Snyder, I was like, this guy's going to be it. You're never going to know what you're going to get from this guy. And then we kept getting the same shit. But that is, I think, an exceptional Zack Snyder movie. And I think it's done very well, and I like it. But that's just me. Let me see what else we got here. We got, Let me see. I guess I just gave you a review. But maybe one day we'll do a proper review if the time comes up. I don't know. We do these things kind of based on when the timing is right. For example, when we did the Scary Movie retro review, it's because the Scary Movie trailer dropped for the new movie, and that's why we did that. So it's all a matter of timing, you know. Carnage Rage, $10. Thank you. Since Nintendo is making another Super Mario movie, do you think they should do a Star Fox movie next? Because I don't know about you, but I'm a huge Star Fox fan. You know what? I can't say I'm a huge Star Fox fan, but I did play the original Star Fox. And let me see here. Star Fox. And I played this, back in the day, man. I played it when it was on Super Nintendo. And because that's when I used to be a Nintendo freak, man. I used to love everything Nintendo did because Nintendo, when I was coming up, man, Nintendo, that was the system to have. Like the first Nintendo when it came out, that was state of the art. You know what I mean? You had the best if you had a Nintendo, an NES. And then Super Nintendo came out. And I was in college by the time Super Nintendo came out, either a senior in high school or in college. And man, I remember playing I would rent actually a Nintendo. So back in the early 90s, man, and late 80s, video games were so popular that you could rent consoles from Blockbuster. And when I was in college, I was careful. I never brought my video games with me because I know me. I was going to be playing all night. And I would never get anything done. So I kind of kept the video games away. But, that was my crack, man. If I brought my console home, if I bought one, that was a pipe. I would be smoking crack all night. But, watch somebody isolate that. But after I was done with my classes, I would go and rent a Super Nintendo from Blockbuster. And I would play games like Zelda, what was it, A Link to the Past, I think. And then Star Fox was something that I played, man. And to answer your question, I'm just reminiscing right now. But, yeah, that's right. Barrel roll. They could make a Star Fox movie. I don't think that Star Fox has the same appeal as Mario. Mario's right up there with Mickey Mouse. So I don't know, man. Everybody knows Mario. You look at Mario, I mean, your mother, your grandmother, even people don't play video games, they know that little Italian stereotype. So it's instant brand recognition. Star Fox doesn't have that. Star Fox is something for the hardcore or the more savvy Nintendo people. Now this would be fun, maybe as maybe like a show. Maybe Netflix could do a show or some kind of special or something. But a movie, unless they had a really great idea and it was so good or it was something that was so clever that they said, hey, we just have to make this, then okay. But as far as just making one and thinking that's going to be as successful as Super Mario, nah, man, that's not going to be the case. So that I would say no. I don't think they should do it at the moment. But I don't know. Maybe Nintendo's so popular that it doesn't matter. It's one of those things where you just know when to stop in your head. I think Super Mario is great, and let's stick with that for a while. Let me see here. What else we got? Oh, Mark Murners, $5. Did you ever look into interviewing, what's his name? Stavros Halakias. You know what? I could ask Kevin King. To answer your question, no, I did not. But probably should, because that guy's probably going to blow up. If you don't know who this guy is, let me see here. Stavros Halakias. I'm just going to put Stavros Hala. Hala. Stavros. There you go. Comes right up. So this dude, he was just in that movie. What is it? Beluga, whatever. the Emma Stone movie that was just nominated for a Best Picture Academy Award. So he was in that, and since that movie's getting nominated for Best Picture, yeah, Begonia. Since that movie's getting nominated for Best Picture, this guy's probably gonna blow up. It's probably a good time to talk to him. He looks crazy. Yeah, I'd love to talk to him. I think it'd be a great interview. So I would love to get back into doing interviews. So we just started putting our videos, not our audio, our videos on Spotify. And I haven't been over there to see how they're working out. I imagine everything's going well. I haven't heard anything bad. But the person who I got in contact with over at Spotify, they when you get on there, they give you somebody who can set you up and everything, and they give you some ideas. And this person said, hey, you know what really worked well on Spotify? If you did weekly interviews. And I thought so too. Now, for us, that's a little easier said than done. Trying to get people to do interviews and trying to get people on a weekly basis and get the people that y'all would want to hear, that's a little hard. But hey, man, look, maybe we can kick it off with this guy. I would love to do that. I love doing interviews, man. Don't do them enough. Let me see here. We got Oni Mangalan. I've been meaning to ask, how do you guys know Saber Spark? I follow him too, but he's known mostly for animation and My Little Pony Brony content. So Saber Spark used to follow what we did back when we were on Spill. And again, for people who don't know Spill.com, that was what we did before Double Toasted. There it is, Spill.com, second thing that comes up. Yeah, it was, so Spill it was something that we did before this where we animated the reviews. So to give you look at that. Yeah, then rest in peace, Spill. Spill.com shutting down. Oh man, I want to kind of read that. But it was a review site, movie review site, but I animated everything. For those who don't know, and I'll give you just a quick history. So on Spill, I did a cable access show before that, and I did that for 10 years. Martin came in the middle of it, but I started with another guy y'all had never met before. Maybe one day you'll meet him, a guy named Ian. I mentioned it before. But when I stopped doing the cable access show, I started taking some of the old audio and animating it, and then that's when it was picked up by somebody, a company. Not Hollywood.com. A lot of people think if you know anything about this, we used to work for a company called Hollywood.com for years, but we worked for another company called, oh man, begins with an M. I can't remember the name of it, but we worked with them. I worked for them for about a year and a half, and they sold it to Hollywood.com. And so, yeah, that's what we were doing before. I don't know how I got on this subject here. I just got lost in a tangent. But yeah, anyway, a lot of people know us from that. That's how that came up. A lot of people who have YouTube channels today, big YouTube channels, used to watch us and before they got their start. So that's where Saber Spark knows us. And if you don't know Saber Spark is a guy like you heard him in the question there. He's a guy that does a lot of animation content. Great guy. He came to our Atlanta show and we did some stuff together, and it was a lot of fun, man. He's an awesome guy. He's very cool. I would love to do something else with him. Yeah, we on stage doing that at our Atlanta show. He came on near the end, and he had a game that he planned, and the game went over pretty well. It was actually a lot of fun. So I think he's in Atlanta. That's why he came by. But yeah, anyway, that's what that was. That's how he knows us. A lot of people know us from Spill. And G. Colby, did you check out the Gorillaz performance on SNL? Yeah, I did. And it was great. Let me see here. So I thought that they were going to do something. Did they just do one song? I thought they were going to do something from their new album, The Mountain. But yeah, they were on SNL and they did their big hit, Clint Eastwood. And what was cool about it is that when they did it, let me see here, they brought Del the Funky Homo Sapien up on there. There he is back there. He was just chilling until he came out and flawlessly did his rap for that song, and I wish I could play it, but everybody knows Clint Eastwood. You know that song. I got sunshine in a bag. You know that song. I love that song, man, and I'm glad that they did that. I know they're probably getting tired of doing it every time, but it was great seeing Del the Funky Homo Sapien up there, man. It was hard to believe that guy that was on stage, Del, he actually did that. He did that song. We hired him for a party. He came out and performed at our party, and that's, I forgot that there was a band or something that played it, and he came out and did the rap and everything. Sat in the car with him for an hour and a half actually. I took him back to his hotel. We sat in the car for an hour and a half, and he was just telling me about how crazy it is to be a father. I think he was having trouble with his kid at the time, who was a little boy, and he was just, I don't know. I didn't say too much. I think I was just kind of therapy for him at the moment, and he just kind of just sat there and we had an hour and a half session, and yeah, it was cool, man. And then his manager told me, "Hey, Del's back in town. You ought to come by and say hi." And I came by the show, and I went backstage. I said, "Del, what's up?" And he's like, "Who are you?" So yeah, he was high as hell too. But hey, it was cool, man. It was fun. Let me see. See what else we got here. More questions. This is from THB Doug. Doug, I gotta talk to you about Thailand, man. We gotta get that arranged. Corey, he said he finished Resident Evil Requiem. He said that game slaps. This may shock you, but I was scared at only one section. It involves an orphanage. Singing zombies was creepy too. Yeah, man, I just got past that part at the orphanage. I don't want to say anything else about this to anybody. I think I know what you're talking about. I think it involves a little girl, or a bunch of little girls, but little girls are always scary. But no, Doug, man, Doug probably doesn't mind me telling this. I'm surprised that Doug played this game because Doug does not like scary stuff. Doug does not, I think I told you this story before. So Doug is my man in Thailand, and Doug is great. And I'm trying to get to Thailand in a couple of weeks to hang out with Doug. But I remember one night, I went to the pool. And I went to the pool after when you're not, to be honest with you, when you're not supposed to be up there. It was after the pool was officially closed. So I kind of sneaked into the pool area in the middle of the night. And I told Doug the next day, and Doug was like, You went to the pool in the middle of the night? And I thought he was I thought he was about to jump on me for like breaking the rules. What the hell is wrong with you? You could have got me in trouble. So I just kind of reluctantly was like, yeah, I went to the pool in the middle of the night. I'm sorry. And he's like, no, I just don't understand how you went down all those dark hallways to get there. I couldn't do that. That's frightening. That's terrifying. I was like, oh, hell. Well, come on, man. And he said it's because it reminded him of playing Silent Hill. If y'all know Silent Hill, the video game. So yeah, he said he wouldn't be able to like just go down the spooky corridors to get there. Let's see here. But yeah, I'm gonna finish the game, man. I'm looking forward to it. I've gotten very far in that game. Let me see. Doug, where are you, man? Doug, where you be? Oh, there you are. Doug gave $100. Oh no, I'm sorry. Again, that's 100 Thai bucks, whatever the currency is for that. So that's about 5 cents. Let me see. $5 from Gamer Station. I hope you'll do videos on the rest of the scary movies and Freeberg and Seltzer parodies. Yeah, we were talking about that today, man. I was talking about that with my editor over in Ireland. And we were talking about whether we should do the rest of the scary movies or not, because they start to diminish in quality after the first one. Although there's a lot of hilarious things in the second one. I don't think it's as good as the first. And then they just kind of... there's an interview with Marlon Wayans talking to Club Shay Shay. And it's a great interview, man. Let me see here. Marlon Wayans. I can't play. I don't know why I'm looking it up. I can't play it for you. But yeah, Club Shay Shay. So Marlon Wayans he's on Club Shay Shay, and that's Shannon. What's his name? Shannon Sharp show. So he was on there talking about how, and you should listen to it if you can. He's talking about how crooked your man Harvey Weinstein is. So we all know that the guy. We know the guy's a creep, a horrible guy. But not only was he a rapist, but he was also just a crooked businessman, which that's no surprise, right? When you go that far, being a terrible person, anything goes. But he was a terrible businessman. He wouldn't give them a proper deal to keep the scary movies going. So they kind of parted ways, but Miramax and Harvey Weinstein still took a lot of their ideas and they tried to do what the Wayans did. And they would even ideas that Marlon Wayans had for the haunted house movies that he did. Weinstein apparently tried to take those, and they would try to put them in the scary movies. But the Wayans brothers do their thing, whether you like it or not. They have they do their thing, and it can't be replicated. And so because they phased them out of the scary movie films, just took them out, and tried to rip them off pretty much, the movies got worse. And so maybe we could do a roast of those films, but those movies are not that good after a while, man. And I was even wondering at the time, I was like, well, didn't this used to be a Wayans Brothers thing right here? And they just totally just disappeared out of the whole thing. So, yeah, it's an interesting interview. And I think, again, to maybe go in and do roasts for some of those later films, yeah, but those movies are not that great after a while. At least I don't think so. Let's see here. $5 from Megamind 2341. Corey, would you rather eat a handle from Edward Scissor's hands or get your groceries eaten by Skeletor? What the fuck? Would you rather eat what's this? Corey, would you rather get a handle from Edward? You know what? Wouldn't do either one of those. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I want to answer this. Thank you for the $5, but I really don't know what the hell you're talking about. I don't know what the fuck that means. I'm going to say I'd rather get my groceries eaten by Skeletor because it sounds like I'm trying to. I'd injure myself trying to eat with that. I don't know what you're talking about, man. But thank you for the $5. I wish I could help you here, but I really don't know what the hell's going on with that. $20 from TC242. Inspired by Reddit posts asking which of these supporting actor roles win head to head. How would you rank Pesci? I guess you're saying Joe Pesci in Goodfellas, Heath Ledger in The Dark Knight, Javier Bardem in No Country, and Christoph Waltz in Inglourious Basterds. All amazing performances. All of those actors those are legendary characters that they're playing. And I'm sure everyone has their answer. But y'all know what I'm going to say, man. Y'all know what listen, you were asking me, one of the biggest Dark Knight fans in the world. And so you know that my answer is going to be Heath Ledger. And although I could watch all those performances and appreciate them, The Dark Knight, I watch those clips all the time on YouTube, and most of those clips that I watch are Heath Ledger. That performance is just mesmerizing to me, and I think that movie's incredible. No Country for Old Men. It's a great film. I've learned to appreciate it. For me, the pacing is off in some parts. It's a little bit of a slog in some parts for myself, but brilliant film. And Inglourious Basterds, I'm not. A lot of people like that movie. Some great, just amazingly directed moments in that film. Some of Quentin Tarantino's best moments in that movie. But as a whole, I don't really like that film. Not completely. What else? So I couldn't watch Inglourious Basterds, but Christoph Waltz is amazing. When you watch that movie for the first time, you're like, who? Like when we watched it for the first time, we were like, who is that guy? And Joe Pesci in Goodfellas. Okay, you know what? It'll probably be it'll probably be a tie almost, but I think because I could watch Joe Pesci in that movie a lot, but not as much because Joe Pesci's such a despicable character in that movie. And I know the Joker's a villain, but Joe Pesci's more realistic, and it's just sometimes that character is just you just hate that guy, and it's just hard to watch him do the things that he does because it's more realistic. It's based on a true story. You know, this is a comic book movie, and this is a fantasy character, but it's an amazing, amazing performance. I could watch that all day. What else we got here? We got Seattle Roma, Fast and Furious series roast. Those movies are crazy. Those movies are fucking long too, man. To do a roast of those films would take. There would be two parties because they're insane and they're long. And I don't know. That'd be great. They would be great. Just gotta be ready for it, and do it at the right time, because as I said, they would have to be split up. There's so much just stupid stuff in those movies, man. So that last one, I mean, you could take your pick. There's the kicking a missile as it's coming towards the. I guess didn't they have cars on water or something? Anyway, I think they want jet skis or something. I don't know. And someone, I think it was Jason Momoa, kicked him. Or maybe it was, or was it The Rock? Somebody kicked a missile as it was coming towards them in the water. Vin Diesel rolled not up a cliff. He drove down a cliff. I'm not talking about it was at an angle. I'm talking about it was vertical. That fool, his wheels just were like Spider-Man's hands. They just stuck to the surface, and he just drove down a cliff. They really did reach a point of not giving a fuck with those films. But one day, I mean, it's inevitable, right? One day, Fast and Furious is going to happen. We're going to do a roast for that. $10 from Zachary LG. Hey, Corey, I'm going to be at South by Southwest. I was wondering if there's any chance I could meet you and the crew while I'm in Austin. What is this? What is this? I was wondering if there's any chance I could meet you and the crew while I'm in Austin. Me, you, do what? Have an orgy? What do you want to do? Before I answer that, I got to know specifically what it is you want to do. But I think you're going to say, can we hang? Or can you come see a show or something? If that's, let's just assume that you're not saying, hey, me, you, and the crew go commit murder or something. No, I think you're asking if you want to come see a show. Sure. If you want to hang out while you're South by Southwest, it depends on the schedule of everyone. Martin's out there running them streets during South by Southwest. I'm sure he'd like to meet you somewhere. But yeah, just send us an email. Let us know when you're around and what it is you want to do, and we'll try to make that happen. Somebody said you want to do it. You want an Eiffel Tower? And if you don't know what that is, I'm not saying. I just found out what soaking is. Y'all know that? You probably do. I didn't know what that was, and I'm not going to tell you because it's nasty. You look it up yourself. Let me see here. This is from G. Colby. G. Colby, what's up, man? $9.99. Pretty much $10. What are some modern films that you think will go down as classics? I think Sinners, Oppenheimer, and Everything Everywhere All at Once will go down as some. Yeah. I think. Okay, so listen, man. I have my opinions about. Of course, I got opinions. Everybody got opinions, but Oppenheimer is great. I think Oppenheimer will have his fans, but Oppenheimer, is it really a movie that you want to watch over and over and over again? I know people who love film, people who want to study this film and study Christopher Nolan's direction. They will watch that movie over and over again. But I mean, for just entertainment value, does that movie, does it have that much rewatchability? I'm not talking about the movie bad. I'm not putting it down. I think it's a brilliantly directed film. I'm one of those people though who I didn't love it as much as everybody else because I did think that I was just kind of bored in certain parts. It's a long movie, and I don't think the pacing it worked for me. It worked for a lot of people. Naturally, I'm the minority there. But Oppenheimer, man, I don't know. Excuse me. I just don't know if while people, even people that appreciate it, do you really want to sit down and watch this like every month, like you would some other movies? I don't know. So classic, yes, but will it be something that everybody is just watching all the time? I don't know, man. Uh, everything, everywhere, all at once. I think that movie is so fun for a lot of people. I think that is something that it's already considered a classic, and it won Best Picture. So that movie right there, I think, is something that has a lot of. And maybe I'm judging my criteria is wrong. I'm judging about rewatchability, but yeah, this I think this will be a classic people will be talking about all the time. So I don't want to. I don't listen. I don't want to seem like I'm kissing ass or anything because I went to visit the set and I talk to the director sometimes. I'm not saying this at all for out of any kind of bias, but let me see here. I think that weapons. Let me see, weapons. I think weapons, man, from Zach Kreger. I think weapons is our. Oh, let me see here. Movie. I typed in weapons. Look what I got. I got weapons. That's what I asked for. I think weapons is already considered somewhat of a hard classic with people, man. I think the ending of that film is so crazy. It left such an impression, and I think some of the performances in here, like the character of Aunt Gladys, I think that movie's already somewhat considered to be a hard classic that people will probably watch over and over again. It'll be talked about during certain times, Halloween, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, the ending of that movie. I'm again no bias here. The ending of that movie that sometimes that's a classic can just be judged by just how the impression the movie gave you at the end. Think about the Sixth Sense. The Sixth Sense, if you did not have that ending or that twist for The Sixth Sense, a lot of people be talking about how boring that movie is, or how slow that movie is. But that twist blew people's minds. And it left an impression. And now that movie's considered a classic. And I think Weapons leaves such an impression. If you don't know the end of the movie, just watch it. It left such an impression that that a lot of people now consider that like kind of a classic. Let me see here. Sinners. Oh yeah, Sinners, man. Sinners is already. That movie has so much going for it. That movie is so awesome. That movie has so many great scenes and again such brilliant direction that Sinners is a classic. Yeah. Let's see here. $5 from Ryan Hartwell. Chris Stuckman recently stated that he hopes to direct a Metroid movie if given the opportunity. What future project do you think he should tackle? Man, I've said this before. Chris Stuckman we talked to him before. He did a review with us. He said that we were an influence on him. I think I was so critical of his last movie, which was his first movie. What was it? Shelby Oaks. I think I was so critical of it that I don't think I'll ever talk to that guy again. I don't think he'll ever want to talk to me again. The hazards of what we do, that's an occupational hazard of what we do. You just sometimes people you're friends with, they might make something. You might be openly critical of it because we are critics here, and they'll get pissed at you for it. And I don't know. I haven't heard anything. He probably didn't give a shit what I think, really. He'd probably be like, I don't talk to that guy anyway. Corey, who cares? I'm just saying. I was pretty critical of it, and I'm just saying that right now because I don't think that I've said this before, and I'll just say it briefly again. I don't think that Shelby Oaks had an original voice in there. Chris Stuckman is the guy that loves movies so much that I think that when somebody, you have somebody that loves movies like Chris Stuckman does, and he really is passionate about it. I think you get one or two things with these people. You either you either take the language of film that you've learned from watching movies over and over again, and you use that language to create your own voice. To create your own thing, to put your original ideas out there. Say what you will about some directors, Tarantino. Say what you will about him. That guy, I can't say that because he stole from a lot. Scratch that. Scratch that. We just talked about Sinners. Sinners, of course, was influenced maybe by something like From Dusk Till Dawn, speaking of Tarantino. But, I mean, for the most part, it's an original voice. It's an original vision, no matter what he was influenced by. The director, what's his name? Oh, man. Anyway. What's the director's name of Sinners? Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. Ryan Coogler. Ryan Coogler just has that was such an original idea no matter what his influence was, because that's how original his voice is. And then you got people who love movies so much that they take everything that they've seen that they loved and just kind of regurgitated it. And that's what Chris Stuckman did, I think, with Shelby Oaks. I think that he just took all the horror movie tropes and all the horror movie scenes that he liked and put it in his own movie. And I don't think he was able to turn into anything original, and it did not reflect his voice at all. For me, it was very been there, done that, seen it all before. I'm saying this because I don't want to see him do something that he's kind of fanboying on, or something that he's just gonna repeat that does not have his original vision in there. When I criticized this movie, I was not trying to be hurtful. I wasn't trying to bring him down. I hope he continues, but this is just me. Who cares what I want? He needs to do whatever he wants to do. But for myself, I would love to see an original idea that he does, what original idea he has. I want to see what he. I want to see him. I want to see his own vision. Like again, I hate to keep bringing up this guy, but Zach Cregger, he did Weapons, and that is a completely original horror movie right there. I mean, you could criticize it, but it is him. You could say it, man, that's that guy's movie. That's that guy's vision. I don't see that with Chris Stuckman just yet. So no, I don't want to see him direct somebody else's property. I don't want to see him direct something that he's a fan of. I want to see him direct something that says that that's Chris Stuckman. Okay, that's your original thing right there. That's just me. Let's see. Let me see. All right. Oh, Suarez, $5. Sup, Corey? Sup again, Corey? Have you heard about the drama in Atlanta with NBA player Luke, Cornett, forcing the league and Hawks to cancel their Magic City night? I have not. I'll look it up. Luke Cornett. See, the thing is, I don't follow sports, man, too much. And it's not that I don't like sports. I do. I just don't follow it, man. Let me see here. Luke Cornett. Let me see. Luke Cornett. There he is right there. There he is. What did he do? Let me go to news right here. Sportscaster rips NBA player over blog post opposing team strip club promotion. Oh, wait a minute. I think Marcos was telling me about this. Sports pundit Michelle Beadle ripped into San Antonio Spurs center Luke Cornett over his blog post calling for the Atlanta Hawks to end their Magic City night promotion, touring the famed strip club Magic City. Cornett urged the Hawks to cancel the promotion and suggested NBA players and officials promote an atmosphere that is protective and respectful of the daughters, wives, sisters, mothers, and partners that we know and love. I don't know, man. I would imagine that when you want to promote a team or a sporting event, it's something that is more family friendly. I mean, I know you catch people cursing sometimes, and the players sometimes they get caught in scandals. Not the best role models all the time. But I would imagine that you want to keep it kind of family friendly. So I understand maybe a strip club is not the best thing, but if they've been doing it for years and it's been working and no one's complaining, I wouldn't rock the boat. That's just me, because I'm not a fan of strip clubs, but it doesn't come from this big moral, this place of moral superiority, or I'm a prude. I just don't like strip clubs. They don't appeal to me. They're expensive. They're fake. I don't like girls teasing me. It's expensive. If you put titties in my face, I want those titties. I don't want to pay for them. I want to have them. I want them to be mine for a night. I want to take it all the way. I don't want to dance. I don't want to pay $12 for a shitty beer. I don't want to listen to bad music. I want to listen to DJs saying, "Hey, Candy's coming up to the stage next." I don't want to hear all that. I hate the strip club atmosphere. But that's just me. I have no problem if people go. I have no problem if a sports team's if it's traditionally been their thing to promote, and there's been no problem with it. I wouldn't cause any waves. That's just me, man. But that's just me getting the basics right here. Yeah, I get that guy, and I understand his heart's in the right place, I guess. But I don't know. Maybe it's made you sit your ass down. If nobody else is talking about it, don't worry about it, man. And honestly, I don't think. I had this debate with somebody, and anytime you say something against women, even if they're strippers, everybody thinks that you're trying to bring women down, or again, you're being morally superior, or you're being somewhat of a judgmental prude. Nah, I don't listen. If a woman wants to strip, you go strip all day. I don't care. Do I think it's the best way for a woman to make a living? No, I don't think it's as empowering as people think it is. You're still objectified. You're still. You're still, you're still selling sex over your skills or your brains. I don't think there's any. I'm not gonna say it's completely demeaning, but yeah, and I'm not saying this from some feminist point of view. I'm just telling you how it is. For me, I don't care if you go strip all day, but I don't think it's. You hear some people say, "Oh, it's empowering for these women to get up there and take their clothes." No, it's not, man. You're doing it for dudes, mostly, who are groping you and all. That's. I don't think there's anything empowering about that at all. But but I have nothing against it. You ain't gonna see me out there protesting like my man right here. I ain't gonna say shit. You can do what you want to do. I don't know, man. Yeah, maybe you sit your ass down and be quiet. Let them do their thing. There you go. Got caught up on that real quick. Oh, Speedy Doc Carmy. Hey, Corey from the UK. Capcom make great RE games. Requiem selling amazing. But is this okay? You're from the UK, but is English your language? You kind of talking like a robot or something, or broken English. Hey, Corey from the UK. Capcom make great RE games. Requiem, you sound like an alien or something. Requiem selling amazing, but the RE movies are always bad. Why is that? And are we due a good one? So, Resident Evil, I think, is already kind of a hard thing to do because you have to go in and do it in the right tone. I've never made a Resident Evil movie, okay? So I can't say how easy or hard it is. But Resident Evil movies are very campy, man. And even in the most serious moments, I mean, they're campy. And I think that's the way they should be approached. I think was it Paul W.S. Anderson that did the Resident Evil movies? I think he kind of had the right approach as far as the campiness for them, but he started making his own thing. There's a line to walk where you kind of keep
some of the highlights and some of the moments from the game, and as corny those stories are, you try to stick to that a little bit, and you don't take it too seriously. You can't. I think you have to just kind of have people play it seriously, but have a campy approach to it. And at this point, I think you. So in the beginning, let's just say in 1998, you did the first Resident Evil movie. I'm sorry, yeah, you did the first Resident Evil movie based on the game. I think you could have did that story, made it very goofy and campy, a lot of fun, kind of gory and whatnot, and that would have been cool. Today, you have to get the characters right. You better not mess up the character of Leon. Leon is a fan favorite. Everyone loves Leon. So if I was to make a Resident Evil movie today, I would make it with Leon. I would make either something that is very, very Resident Evil, maybe an original story that is very Resident Evil, or I would just take one of the better stories and work with that and make sure that character is done well. But it's a hard thing to do because people either take it too seriously or they try to do their own thing. I never liked this Alice. That was just Paul W.S. Anderson giving his girl something to do. I never liked that character because he just made that up and they just ran with it. And then those movies were just they were the fuck they wanted to be. After a while, they just turned to creature features, and you could watch them like that, and they were fun. But Resident Evil movies, nah, not really. Were they really Resident Evil? Nah. Anyway, and yes, we're due for a good one. And, who knows? Like I said, his name's going to come a lot tonight, but Zach Krager's doing one. And hopefully, that will be something that will, it's nobody at the door, it's me, Mojo. Mojo getting ready to get up and act like he's going to whoop somebody's ass. He can't do a damn thing. Let me see here. Oh. This is, P-Turn, $3. Hey, Corey, what were your best films of 2025? I don't want to say just yet because I'm probably going to do my list up. And I have not watched, and I'm not going to be able to, so I don't even know what I'm talking about. I'm going to try to watch as many of the movies that are nominated for Best Picture. I'm going to try to watch as many as I can before Sunday. I mean, good luck with that because these movies they're long. I tried to watch them on a plane. Didn't even have time to do that. Let's see here. But I'll try to get around to it. And Sunday, maybe who knows, man? Maybe on Sunday I'll do my best of list right before the Oscars. Because we're going to do an Oscar party. Let's see here. Oh, man. Oh. All right. I got it. You know what I'm going to do, y'all? Because this thing is... Let me see if I can refresh here and bring up some of the chats that I can't see. But I'm probably going to stop the stream because I got a lot of questions, and I'm going to try to wrap this up in a little bit. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and stop that right now. And I want to thank everybody who's been watching. I want to thank everybody who's been coming in and donating and asking questions. Always a lot of fun with you. And I'm going to stop the YouTube stream now. Of course, I'm still streaming on Twitch and Kick. So if you want to go over there and watch, you can do that. But I got to stop the stream right here so I'm not skipping anybody's questions because that's just not fair. All right, everybody. As far as YouTube goes, thank you so much. And we'll see you on the next one. All right, I'll see you over on Twitch. All right, stay toasty. See you soon. Bye.